Well, hello. Hello. Figured I'd just come on tonight and talk about TV shows and other stuff. I got the link here. Like some people to come on and we can all just chat about stuff. Make it a fun night, you know. Uh, well, let's see. TV shows. What's a TV show? Let's see. How about Doctor Who? Hey, Process. Hey, Stubbs. Doctor Who. I'm watching Doctor Who right outside on the TV right now. I was watching it way back when. I remember, the first six doctors. Doctor number 4 was my favorite, Tom Baker. I loved his scarf. That was my favorite thing about him. You know, Process Stubbs. The link's there in the chat if you want to come on. I'd love to have you. Doctor Who is kind of hard to describe. It's because it's sci-fi, but the shows that they do are kind of hard to describe. For episodes, because I don't remember most of them. I can't remember shit. You're always naked, Process. You're always naked. Who knows? If you come on topless, Lolly might come on. One of my favorite shows I've ever watched was Family Ties. Michael J. Fox. The whole Keaton family. That was a kind of a learning experience for me when I was growing up, because you see what Mallory and Alex and Jennifer were going through at different stages in their lives, and how mom and pop would just try to handle it. Two old hippies from the 60s trying to raise 3 kids, and they did pretty damn well, and teaching their kids all kinds of lessons. And I've got a little visitor here today. This is Fidget. I call her Fidgy. She just wants to cuddle, and she's coming up telling me, hey, I haven't given her any attention lately. Ain't that right there? Yeah. But Family Ties. Love this show. Talk abuse. Hey, Jeff. How you doing? She's a lover. She cuddles with me every night. Greets me when I get up every morning, when I get home. Don't just yeah. She's one of the 5. But yeah, Family Ties is one of my most favorite. Well, then you got Skippy. He was he was the comic relief of the show, I believe. And then Mallory's boyfriend, Nick. Now, Nick rode a motorcycle. Loved Nick. He was a good, honest guy that the whole stereotype of bikers was basically they threw the stereotype on him, but he wasn't the stereotype. He was this nice, gentle person who loved art and loved life and loved Mallory. where Alex was this big Republican and his favorite icon or hero was Ronald Reagan. Or was it Nixon? One of the two. And he was a smart one in the family. He helped the parents with their taxes. He knew the ins and outs of the government and finances, stuff like that. He knew all about that, how to set up IRAs, this, that. Yeah, he had Reagan. That's what I thought. I believe he had a picture of Reagan in his room. I didn't know Skippy was in Trick or Treat. That's the one with Ozzy, right? Trick or Treat. But yeah, it's Family Ties. That was one of my favorite shows that had played a huge impact in my life. And I remember in one episode that Alec lost a friend in a car accident, and it was very traumatizing for him, and he had a hard time letting go. I remember that episode very well. It was an eye opener. One of his best performances ever for Michael J. Fox. And then you got Facts of Life. And I remembered Facts of Life when they were starting, when they had the school, and you had Joe and Blair on there, and then when Tootie was really, really young, and Natalie, and then they moved to that house, and they all had to they worked for the school because of something, but they worked for the school, and it's just simple things in life that they went through, and they had to learn, and you had all kinds of stars on there, and well, of course, it's a show. I mean, it's not real, but they use real life situations, like car accidents, friends backstabbing friends and stuff like that. Situations. It's not real life, but it's real life situations that they work through. Hey Beth, how you doing? But yeah, Facts of Life. I remember one episode where was it Stacy Q? She was on with her Two of Hearts, and Tootie wanted to sing that song, and for I think a talent show or something like that, or she was auditioning for something, and she walked out because she saw how good the other gal was. But it's sometimes it's the lessons that you learn, that they go through, that you learn how to deal with a breakup. Because in Facts of Life, the girls broke up with their boyfriends, or they had a fight, and they kind of showed a different way to deal with it. You know, and then Good Times. Oh, I love Good Times. The link is in the top of the chat. If you guys want to come on and chat, we'll kick up a. We'll have fun. We'll talk about a lot of things, all kinds of shows. Come on, I would love to have you guys on. Good Times. JJ, I used to have a shirt back, because back in the 70s you had that that shirt that had the picture was felt kind of gel like almost, and it said Dynamite at the bottom, and there's a picture of JJ on there. And again, just everyday life situations, and that was from a black family's point of view, a black person's point of view, not to be racist or anything. It's just a descriptor, and you got to see what they went through, what they experienced, uh, their situations, and not know, me being a kid, not knowing that was actual things that they face. And you look at it now, and it brought a lot of things to light, but it was still a damn good show. I loved that show. But one thing in that show, like in Family Ties, it was a loving family. You had a loving dad, a loving mom. The kids all loved each other. It was a loving family, and that's one thing they stressed was the family. No matter what happens, you can always overcome it. And eventually, in good times, I do believe later toward the end of the show, the father died. I do believe in the show. He was alive in real life, but in the show, he passed away. Yeah, Beth, I'm doing good. Got Doctor Who going on in the background, and Fidget's over here on top of the wife's chair. And I got Lucky; she's ready to come up. If she'll come up. Come here, Lucky. Come on. She's kind of sore from falling off the bed the other night, so
Come on.
She's trying.
Come on. You can do it. Good girl.
Anyways.
Stay
Hey, Shocker, how you doing?
Come on. You can do it. Come on.
I,
Come on, Lucky.
I heard you're going to go live on TikTok later.
Come on. Come here, Peter. You can.
So,
Come on. There you go.
let's see. Sanford and Son. Now, there's a show about junk. Sanford and Son. Still, life from the eyes of a black person, or a person of color, as I can say. And that showed, just like Good Times, that showed a different aspect of that life. A junk man trying to make a living, and his son going out with his friends and also trying to make a living, but has to stay home because his dad is elderly and keeps saying he's having a heart attack. you know which episode of DW? Okay, Jeff, you gotta tell me what DW is, because I am just drawing a blank, and I know I talked about it. Let's see. Good Times. Family Ties. Yeah. Oh, Doctor Who. Duh. Yeah. let's see. We are on season 1, episode 4, Allisons of London, I do believe, which is the 9th Doctor. You can't find the older episodes than the 9th Doctor anymore on TV. So, and it's on HBO Max, and that all falls in with my getting hacked. So we've got HBO Max for a month now. And this is one thing that we're watching. Because I love Doctor Who and I need to really get caught up. The Jeffersons moving on up. Yes, they were. They were in the high-rise penthouse apartment, I do believe, or one of them, because they had Bentley as a neighbor. An Englishman who was, I love Bentley. He was a character. And then Florence, the housekeeper. Oh God, I loved her. Oh, you want to talk about a sassy woman? There you go. She'll tell you what's on her mind and more. You know, there's just so many good shows from back then. And thanks, Dubs.
What's up,
Dubs.
dude?
I didn't see you sitting there. I'm sorry.
Hey, you're forgetting All in the Family, man.
I was just gonna bring them up. One of the best shows ever.
Doesn't that fit in today's world?
It does.
Right wing father and a damn fucking liberal left-hard son-in-law.
I would love to see them remake the whole show.
Oh no. I'm sick of these stupid remakes these people are doing. It's like they don't have any creativity anymore. They have to go back to what was good back then.
Yeah, but
Man, Barney Miller.
oh, they ain't gonna redo Barney Miller at all. You can't do that one.
Dude, I know, but I'm just telling you, there's another good one. There was lots of them back then when TV was good.
Right?
And
Yeah,
Doctor Who is corny as fuck, dude.
Yeah, but I love it. I love it. And it tells you my comedy style that I love dick and fart jokes. They never seem to get old.
Yeah, I hear that.
Unless it's Beavis and Butthead.
Cornholio.
Right. I've seen some of the skits they've remade for All in the Family, and they could have done a lot better.
Yeah, of course, because that's one show, man. You just can't beat the original.
No. Then oh God, All in the Family. Sammy Davis Jr. gave Archie a kiss in that show. I loved it because you had the son-in-law who was this free-for-all hippie.
Yep.
And then the daughter, she's trying to keep her family, her husband and her family together.
And that's pretty much how it is, I would say, today.
Right. And Edith was the actual dingbat, but she was pretty smart. And then Archie, who hated everything and wanted things his way and just saw the world the way he saw it.
Yep.
Which fits in today.
Yep. It sure does.
But I would, love to go see.
Exactly.
Just go back and watch it.
Jeffrey says some shows you wouldn't be able to redo because of political correctness now. Yep, exactly.
Yep. All in the Family would be one. Jeffersons would be another.
Oh, you know what? No, I think the left totally do Jefferson's because all he did was put down white people, and that's okay these days.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you got MASH.
MASH is a good show.
I sat on from Hulu and I watched all 11 seasons.
You got too much time on your hand, dude.
It was like an episode or two a day, or maybe I watched it maybe 3 or 4 times a week, a couple episodes. Well, I didn't sit down and watch it all. No, I took time over it. But that just showed you what they were going through. I mean, it's hypothetical for the Korean War, but it just showed you, some of the things that they were dealing with and how they were create fun. Yeah, it's a show, but they creating real life instances, if you will say.
Yeah.
Hawkeye flipping out at the end and having in the last episode and having to say goodbye to everyone.
Yeah. Some of those stories that they wrote for that show hit home pretty hard, actually.
They did. Did you know? Oh, the guy who played Hawkeye, can't think of his name. He was actually, I think, in the last part of the Korean War.
Was he?
Jeremy Renner?
I didn't know that.
Oh, Alan Alda.
Yeah, Alan Alda.
Alan Alda, that's right.
And Jamie Farr went to Korea after the war.
No. He was a clerk in office something during the war.
Jamie Farr was?
Those were the only two that were actually in during the war.
Oh, the wife said that Jamie Farr was a clerk or such in the war. And I remember reading those were the only two that were in Korea out of that whole show.
Hey, so not to change the subject or nothing, but I'm going on a cruise for Christmas. And Carnival just sent me an email saying that, in summary, vaccines, proof of vaccination, and testing for unvaccinated guests are no longer required on cruises of 15 nights or less. Imagine that.
Well, that's good for you.
It's good for me. You're right.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been required in the first fucking place. We didn't do that shit for the flu. Don't get me started, man.
Well, the good thing is you're going on that cruise.
Yep. And process, you should bring your naked ass online. Just saying.
And here we got Jeff coming into the stream.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing, brother?
Good.
Pretty good. How are you, Jeff?
Doing good.
Where are you from, man?
I'm originally from Minnesota.
Are you?
Grew up in Jordan, Prior Lake, Shakopee area.
Where are you at now?
Texas.
Texas. There's only two things come from Texas, boy.
And he ain't no queer.
There you go. I wasn't even going there, man. So what are you up to tonight?
What are you up to, Jeff?
Not much. Just got done doing a speech for a class for work. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do it.
Right. So what do you remember from the shows of old?
Oh. Dukes Hazzard, Dynasty, Dallas, MASH, Facts of Life.
Gee, Dallas, the whole big thing was who shot JR.
Yep.
Yep.
They dragged that out for a whole season.
Yeah.
See, I'm a basketball fan. So I grew up in the hood, so I like basketball. Remember that show White Shadow?
Yep.
Yep.
That was a good show.
Yeah, I do. Or how about that Hulk Hogan show? Days of Thunder or something?
You
Not
mean
Days of Thunder.
WWF wrestling?
Yeah. He had that. Oh, God.
That's
Some
a show in
helicopter
itself, isn't it?
show. He had some helicopter show.
Oh, like the A-Team or
Yeah. Like Blue Thunder, I think it was called.
No, Blue Thunder was the LA police chopper one.
an old school SWAT. Remember that one?
Yep.
I used to like that kind of stuff.
Thunder in Paradise
Yeah,
for the Hogan one.
Magnum PI.
I'd like to say hello to Mr. Nitro here, Gunpowder Nitro. He just came on. How you doing, Nitro?
Oh man.
I mean, there's so many of those good shows. You can't get. You don't see anymore.
You know the one that I am stuck watching, and I just watch it all the damn time, and I've probably seen 4 or 5 reruns of it, is NCIS.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's on all the time, for one, and 2, I was prior Navy, so. Wow, Gunpowder Nitro says Airwolf. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Wasn't that the Hulk Hogan one? I think it was.
No, Airwolf was it was the black one with Ernest Borgnine and Jan somebody. I don't remember the actual pilot's name or the other guy.
Okay. Since I'm curious, I'm kind of looking him up just to see what the fuck he was in.
Jan Michael Vincent
Yeah, there you go.
for Airwolf.
Or the first real what is that? MacGyver.
Yeah.
That was a good one. This remake one now is just, man, I'm telling you. I think they're just doing it just to have some sort of content on instead of making something.
That's all what a lot of the networks are doing is just, they're rehashing the old one just for name recognition.
Apparently. They're doing a new Quantum Leap, man. That's,
Yes. I saw that.
That's what I'm saying. They can't just be original. Fuck.
I mean, come on, look at Big Bang Theory. That was an original. And it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it was all right. It was a little bit too left wing for me, but whatever.
Well, when you got 4 scientists on there. But that Hulk Hogan one I was trying to think of is Thunder in Paradise.
I didn't watch that one.
Back in 94.
And Gunpowder, House of Dragons, I've yet to watch that. I kind of got burned out on Game of Thrones. I was so into it. I guess I should probably go back and start watching House of Dragons. I've heard it's good.
Well, I got something. I'll tell you something that you ain't gonna believe. I have not watched one show or season of Game of Thrones.
Dude, the Queen was a fucking slut, and I loved it. It was awesome.
It's just something about the show that didn't strike me.
Huh. But yet you'll go and do the fucking Renaissance stuff.
Yep.
You talk about fairies, but you won't watch Game of Thrones. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yeah, I'll talk about fairies for about an hour, 2 hours.
That's just rehashing your fucking LSD days.
Yeah. And Jeff's sitting there going, he's still talking about fairies.
Oh, I'm never gonna let you live that down, Rob. I'm just not. I'm just not.
Uh,
Gonna.
Jeff and I used to have some conversations when he was back up here, and he'd come back and visit.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about the Fae and the Renaissance and stuff that was going on. You know, when he was over in Germany and stuff like that. Yeah.
The Red Wedding. I'm not sure.
Never heard of that one.
Game of Thrones.
I think that's a part of the Game of Thrones, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I loved it when they made her march down the street topless, and everybody was throwing shit at her.
Mhm.
Gee, I got a notification about my own show.
Nice.
Yeah.
YouTube is going above and beyond.
Yeah, and I'm signed into my channel where I'm broadcasting on. Wow, that's funny. But yeah, I mean, God, just to show. I mean, name one show today that's got the quality of Days Past.
I can't because I really don't watch the new shows. I just don't. Nothing appeals to me. And I don't know if that's just because I'm an old man or an old snob or what, but
Well, you got Cobra Kai.
I haven't watched that. You know what? I'm into martial arts. But
That's pretty good. You still have a lot of the Karate Kid overtones in it because it's basically based off the Karate Kid.
yeah.
But it's pretty good. It's what happens now that they're adults and this and that. And, you know, Johnny is still Johnny. And
Yeah, Gunpowder. I remember that now.
you know, and it's just they are who they are still, and Johnny didn't move on, but the rest of them did. And then you got the kids that are fighting, and just so it's just basically a TV show of Karate Kids, basically all it is.
Yeah, what I liked was that they brought some of the cast members from the movies back into it to play some of the parts.
They remade the Karate Kid too,
Yeah, that.
and it's weak as hell.
Yeah.
What is that movie? Not movie, but the show that had David Carradine in it, and it Kung Fu.
Yes.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
God, I sat and watched that every night it was on.
Except I think there should have been more martial arts in it. But whatever, that's just me.
And I don't know the purpose of that show. All I got was him walking around from town to town being a wanderer.
Yeah, Gunpowder. I am a victim of the '80s, brother. I get it. That's probably why I have heart troubles now.
Right.
The cocaine was really good in the '80s. Just saying.
And so was the weed.
Thai stick.
Oh, God. That's one I've never got a chance to try.
Oh, I had some dipped in opium, and I went to the Rush Moving Pictures tour concert on that. Yeah.
Damn.
I got stories, man. I don't remember much of it, but I remember doing that.
Right. Right.
Those are stories for another podcast or another episode.
Yeah, it probably could be.
And all the
sure.
concert stories.
Oh, God.
Well, I do concert security now, so
Well, that's cool.
yeah, I got some stories with that too.
That's one thing I wanted to get into was concert security, but something tells me I don't think I'd hack it.
You never know.
I would love to do it, though. I really would. You get to meet some interesting people.
That's for sure. You know what though, man? These rock stars, they're human just like we are, and they put their pants on the same way we do.
Mhm.
One leg at a
It just
time.
so happens that they caught a lucky break and get to do what they love to do. And I don't know. I think people give too much. Oh my God, he's a star. There's too much of that. They're just fucking
Right.
human beings, man.
Yeah,
Same with
they-
actors and actresses, or what do they call them? Celebrities? Nah.
Right. And, they've got their problems like everybody else. Give them a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, why do you think there's so many suicides when it comes to that kind of line of work?
Yeah, because they're not happy. They don't get treated like a person.
I aspired to be a rock star since I was 14 years old. I would be living on cloud nine if I could tour the world and play music and make a good living at it. You know what I mean? But someone to not be happy while being able to do that, they got issues. There's more to it than that.
Right. Right. I wanted to be in a band when I was a kid. And we almost made it happen.
What?
Gunpowder's been listening to some Bump Chicka Bow Wow.
We could, the three of us could get a porn studio going and get into that very easy. All we need is our phones.
What the hell is that movie? What's that? There's a movie about somebody doing that, isn't there?
Well, there was Zach and Maury make a porno. That was a movie.
That's not the one I'm referring to. The one I'm referring to has got Marky Mark in it.
That one I don't know.
Was it a porno or that was a rock star? I'm sorry. He was rock, not porn.
Yeah, he was a rock star.
Sounds like someone's watching a porn.
Oh, that's a girl crying in Doctor Who.
See, corny porn.
I believe it's Rose's mom.
So which doctor is the one your favorite? I kind of like the big nose one with the curly brown hair.
That's Tom Baker,
Tom
Doctor
Baker, number 4.
Yeah, he was the best one, I think.
I love him. I love him.
I mean, corny as hell, and the special effects, if you want to call them that. But the jokes that came out of him are, the intelligent jokes are what gets me. My wife would kill my ass. Not if you're bringing home the bacon there, bud. You never know. But honey,
Right.
I gotta work.
How you
What's
doing,
up,
Greg?
Come here.
I loved it when Tom always went up against the Daleks. That was his number one nemesis that he always went up against was the Daleks.
What are you doing?
You know,
I never could understand the concept of how there could be more than one Doctor Who. Or it's the same one, but he just regenerates. I never got that.
they explain it in one of the older episodes, one of the older Doctors, I do believe.
This is my girl Della, by the way.
And in this season with the Ninth Doctor, in one episode, he kind of explains it too, that he's an alien. And Jeff, you know Doctor Who better than I do.
Yeah, if I remember right, they explain it, both old series and New Who.
I guess I'll just have to go and watch it. See, you dragged me back in.
If I remember right, he's an alien race that was meant for time, and they can never die. All they do is just regenerate into a new doctor, a new person, basically. And that's all they do is they manage things in time or time loops.
Speaking of aliens, you watch Ancient Aliens?
I watched 2 episodes of that.
Oh, you should watch more. They make some good points, man. It's hard to just, take it with a grain of salt like you do most stuff on the History Channel.
Right.
Somebody once said if it's on the History Channel, it must be true, and I'm not going to go on to who it was, but
So, does Ancient Aliens ever explain Jamin?
no. No. There is no explaining Jamin. That guy. I love that guy to death.
I'm surprised he's not on here.
I am as well. Maybe he got too stoned tonight.
I'll give him some shit in the morning.
Yeah, there you go.
But, there's a movie for you, Never Ending Story.
I personally like Princess Bride.
Oh, God.
That's probably got to be one of the ultimate movies, Princess Bride.
Right? Jeff and I, we've sat and talked Princess Bride a couple times.
Yep.
And, oh, my God. The shit you talk about, And just so you all know, Alistair is my son.
What's up, Alistair, his son?
And Jeff is his uncle.
Oh, right on.
Jeff knows my first wife.
Someone's getting vicious.
Yeah, that's Thor.
That's the little one scolding Chibs for standing on them.
Yeah,
Now, Process. Who's to say the aliens aren't home?
Hey, Process, inconceivable.
Unfortunately, Bride is one of those that they keep threatening to remake, and it's like, no, you don't touch perfection.
Right. Exactly.
You can't do it any better than that. No.
I don't think so.
Those mess it up just like the Dukes of Hazzard.
It's like the Terminator. They should have just stuck to the first 3. No
Right.
more.
Friday the 13th. Screw the 13 movies. You should have stopped at 3 or 4.
I'm not into gory shit. So.
Well, Friday the 13th, 7th came out, and I was cheering for Jason because it was so predictable.
Supposedly this one that's coming out is their last one. We'll see.
And Alistair says an all-time great, The Holy Grail. Monty Python.
Yeah.
Yep.
Blazing Saddles.
Oh, God.
Excuse me while I whip it out.
Where are the white women at?
Yeah.
My favorite line. Yes, Process, I got 6 fingers.
No, that's 4 fingers and 2 thumbs.
Well, that's the best I could do on quick notice.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
All right.
Halloween Ends is awesome. Apparently, Process has seen it.
I haven't.
I have no desire to. You can only see what's-her-name's tits so much.
Right? I'm going to go slap my son next time I see him. You don't want to remaster Princess Bride.
Nope.
Leave it the way it is.
Yep.
You know.
I've seen one thing. someone went and put the only remake of Princess Bride that they would want to see is a Muppets version of it,
Now that would be interesting.
and have Sweetums as Andre's character.
There you go. That would be an interesting one. Yes.
I could agree with that.
I think those two grumpy old men are me and Randy.
Oh yeah. The ones in the balcony. Yep.
Yep.
God, they made the Muppet Show for me. They really
Should
did.
The Crow be redone? I don't think The Crow should have been made in the first fucking place. Just saying.
No, The Crow should not be redone. No, they stopped after 2, and it just needs to end right there.
Yep.
You can only have so many biker movies. You can only have so many vampire movies. You know, it's like, come on, find something original.
Find something original. How about the unaffiliated, not a drama show, but what do they call that? The real life shows?
Reality TV?
Real TV or whatever they call them?
Oh, the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, those need to die a quick death.
Yeah, but Jeff, you don't hear the stuff we talk about.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you're watching it, and most of the time, it's like, oh, what are they doing? You know.
Now there is a show, a movie that they should have already had the sequel to, and that's The Last Airbender. That should have been done a long time ago, and I'm still waiting for that.
Right. Right. Okay. So, how about The Last Starfighter?
I don't think I've seen that one.
That one is they found
The Last YouTuber.
yeah, they found their pilot by placing a video game in a gas station or something, or an arcade, and it's one of them old 80s styles arcades.
That sounds like Tron.
Right.
They redid Tron too. There's another one that they fucked up.
And he just went and he played the game and he won, and they came down and took him as a pilot, and he saved the world or the galaxy.
Alistair says there is a sequel to The Last Airbender. It's called The Legends of Korra. I did not know that. Alistair, thank you. I'll have to look that up.
See, he knows some things.
I am going to look that up right now as we speak.
And he's only on here because he called me earlier and I gave him shit about not watching my shows.
Where's he located?
In Shakopee.
How old is he?
20. Alistair, you're 29, aren't you?
Damn, Rob, you're old.
Well, his sister's, 33, 34?
Well, she'd be 35 if they're 6 years apart.
5.
That's what I said.
And she was born in 88, the year I graduated, so 18 years younger than me. So yeah, Alistair's 29 and my daughter is 34. Well, the neighbors are home. Quiet, you little. Quiet.
Chips.
I just looked at Doctor Who, and there's these ET type aliens on there. That's the best I can describe it.
Speaking of that, there. Go
There's a
ahead.
whole bunch of different aliens with Doctor Who.
Yeah, no doubt. So the Close Encounters of a Third Kind, that movie,
Oh,
according to Ancient Aliens, that was really a story that the government was going to put out a movie. They hired these guys, these filmmakers, to put out a movie, and at the end they were supposed to get a real video clip of the actual alien stuff, right? At the last minute, the government said, no, you're not going to get it. So that movie never came out. 2 years later, Steven Spielberg pulls out Close Encounters of a Third Kind, and it's the exact same story.
wow.
Yeah. So there you go. Little fun fact. Watch
And-
Ancient Aliens, man. I'm telling you, it's a good show.
I think I'm going to. In Close Encounters, there's another movie that shouldn't be redone.
No.
Nope.
E.T. was a good one. Home.
Yeah, and they can't touch that one either.
Made me want to go get a BMX bike.
It made me want Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, there you go.
No, and there's a fact on that. M&M passed on that because they didn't think they were going to make any money off it.
Yep.
And they went and got Reese's Pieces, and now look at them. They made a huge amount of money off it.
Mm-hmm.
E.T. prefers.
You know, the candy E.T. prefers, as my wife says.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, man, I didn't mean to come on and take up all your show. I just want to come on, jump on, and say hi, talk
Oh.
about some
Don't worry about it, man. I love having you on.
cool. I'm going to get off of here. Jeff, it was nice meeting you, bro.
Same here. Have a good one.
Yep, you too. Talk to you guys soon. See you in the morning, Rob.
All right. Catch you later, Stubbs.
Later.
So Alistair wants to know why you're so quiet.
Because it's not my show. It's yours.
Yes, and you're on the show. You know, so I say we talk.
Yep.
So Beth had a BMX bike because of Nicole Kidman. Oh, BMX riders with Nicole Kidman. So what do you think? You remember the movie? I can't even think of the goddamn name. It had breakdancing in it. God damn it. I own the movie too.
Electric Boogaloo?
No.
Yeah.
It's
Don't know
about a kid that fell off a stage,
Oh yeah.
and he was in a coma for how many years, and he came out as an adult, and he got his group back together and won a dance contest. And I can't think of the name. I own the movie
Yeah,
too.
we watched it.
I found that one on HBO one night or something like that.
Nitro, I don't have a channel. I'm just, just sort of here. Rob and I are old friends.
And Alistair named it Kicking It Old School. That's the name of the movie. You've never seen that one?
Nope.
You should. one, you're gonna laugh your ass off, and two, it's really good, and it shows you, you know, how good you can, if you're good at breakdancing, what you can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check
One of
it
them
out.
old 80s styles movies.
Yeah, that's another. That would be another topic for another night
Right?
with all of those.
So, Shell, we could just do the whole show about movies.
Yeah.
You know, I tell you, some TV shows today that are pretty good are 911, 911 Lone Star. Those are damn good ones. Lone Star, that's Rob Lowe and his fire department.
Okay.
And 911 is a mixture of a fire department, I think Los Angeles, fire department and police department.
Okay.
And I recommend both those. It's hard to find a good drama series now,
Yeah.
and those are good drama series. That Lone Star is very well done. You'll love that one.
Okay.
And what have you watched A Good Doctor at all?
I have not. Usually, I mean, yeah. Usually, the kids, primarily the son, he usually has the TV for some of the YouTube channels that he watches, especially if it's Pokemon or the toy unveiling or some of the science things one now
Okay.
that he's into. A lot of times when I've got the remote, I'm catching up on, the old NCIS episodes, or I went and watched Combat Hospital, which was a number of years back. It was a Canadian show that ABC had picked up about, basically it's sort of like MASH, but placed in Kandahar,
Okay.
going through with the Afghan ops.
Right.
So I watched that.
So if he ever comes across my channel, have him turn it off.
Yeah,
I swear a lot.
he's got his own. He's got his channels that he knows he can go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is he?
I'll have to watch it when it does come out.
How
I need
old
to get
is
back
he?
into the books for Aragon. We've got them. It's been a while since I've read any of them.
So, how old is your son now?
He's 10.
Wow.
Daughter's 15.
I remember just seeing them when they were babies.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them too much when they were grown. Last time I saw them, you were up for a wedding. I think it was.
Probably Jesse's.
Yeah, I think that was the last time I saw you.
Yeah. Well, with the family at least, and then last year Renfest.
Yeah.
But that was just me.
Yeah.
That came up.
And ever since Laura and I split, you've come up and I haven't seen you at all.
Yeah.
Well, but I would like to get together with you when you come up here next.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I would say talk about things that we aren't supposed to talk about. That, or should say things that we aren't supposed to be doing or having in our vehicles. God, that was fun.
Yeah.
We were never trusted when we were together. I remember that.
Nope.
So you haven't watched any new shows, huh?
Not really. I mean, I'll try to keep up to date with the new Doctor Who seasons. We don't have as many cable channels as before because, well, we cut cable, but some of the seasons, sister-in-law went and bought on Amazon, so we can catch them on Prime that way. And I did manage to find online The Power of the Doctor, so I watched that today
Okay.
from Sunday's special.
And I'm going to say hi to the Frogzilla. How you doing, Froggy? He's a good friend of mine in Indiana, southern Indiana, where they talk mostly decent and clear. Did you ever get to watch that 50th anniversary of Doctor Who?
Yes,
Is it any good?
I enjoyed it, but I'm a fan going back to Tom Baker and PBS Saturday night,
Right?
Channel 2.
School of Rock.
Yeah. And I'm with the Doctor Who fan club group down here, so they actually had a viewing party for the 60th on Sunday, but the place that they were doing the viewing party at, they could only have we could only get the small banquet room and only hold 30 people because the rest of the pub was, you had the football games going on, so they were limited in number of seats.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just, the 50th was good because it brought back a lot of you had a lot of callbacks to the original series. Same with the one from Sunday. With The Power of the Doctor, there was a lot of callbacks to the original. And a lot of guest appearances if you haven't seen it already.
I haven't. And I missed it when it came out. And I haven't gone back to look for it to see if I could watch it. I'm pretty sure it's here on YouTube.
Yeah, I caught it on Daily Motion. Was where I watched it from.
Okay.
But yeah, there was a lot of callbacks and a lot of me having my moments because of who showed up on the screen or what they referenced.
Okay. And Alistair's sitting there sending me messages.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think for the most part, for us older folks, Tom Baker was probably our first, and then for a lot of the younger ones, David Tennant was.
Yeah, that's what Alistair's saying is Tennant.
Yeah.
He is the Ninth Doctor, right?
No, Christopher Eccleston was number 9. David Tennant is number 10.
Okay.
And then you had Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, Jodie Whittaker.
How can they do that? They saw it, just not ready.
And she's
regenerates.
She's the new Doctor, right?
Well, the newest, because she regenerates at the end of the show from Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, it leads up into the next new Doctor, but you've got a couple of episodes between now and then.
Oh, gee, I'm so far behind because saw this on HBO Max and I'm like, oh, this is the whole where they started calling it season 1 from the Ninth Doctor. I gotta watch all that stuff.
Yep.
Just to get up there.
You got some watching to do.
You know.
And I don't know how they're going to work it, because they just announced today that starting next year with the specials, those and all of the seasons after are going to be on Disney Plus here in the States.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'll have to get a hold of my friend for her password again, and so that when that happens, I can switch over and watch.
Yeah. So you've got like some of the channels that, like on Roku, and I don't some of the other streaming places, you can catch select episodes of the original series.
Yep.
And then, I think HBO Max for Christopher Eccleston to Jodie, and then it'll be Disney Plus from Jodie's reincarnated doctor, the new doctor on.
Okay. That still sucks. Because why do they got to go to Disney Plus?
Because BBC has worked out a thing with them. One of the other things that they mentioned was that they will be doing a joint series with Rose as lead on it. As far as what are they calling it? Hang on real quick. Let me look it up.
No, how many roses have they gone through in this series? Because if I'm right, the rose here in episode, well, I should say in season, well, their first season, they call it. If I'm right, she dies a couple times. I could be wrong.
No. Rose is there for the most part, but they have a split.
Okay.
How far are you rewatching the Doctor Who series, or is this the first time watching the new Who series?
The new Who. First time watching that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to give you any spoilers, which, is a spoiler in and of itself for later on, but
right. Because now we're on episode 6. And it's a Dalek episode.
yeah, well, there's quite a few of them, but just like in the original series, there was quite a few Daleks, quite a few Cybermen.
Right.
Let's see. Rose.
Ooh.
Let's see.
I wouldn't mind them making a Doctor Who movie. But the question is how would they be able to do it?
Well,
they'd have to pick one thing and just do it.
That's sort of what the 50th and what the 60th were, but for TV, they do have. Yeah, there's 2 actual Doctor Who theatrical movies out that were done in the 60s. They were basically rehashes of some of the Dalek episodes. But those have let's see. Those have Peter Cushing in them as the Doctor.
Okay.
And they sort of play around with the actual storyline canon from the TV series.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that.
But yeah, they've because they've announced the new Doctor, which will show up, but then they've also got the new yeah, and right now I'm not finding the info on with Rose, but yeah, supposedly the new side story series that Disney is supposed to have is going to be based around Rose Tyler, and the and her things here. But again, I won't spoil it for you.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one to see.
Yeah,
because in the series itself, you don't really get to know much about Rose.
Right. Well, I mean, she's there for a couple of seasons, so you get to know enough.
Well, in this one, they keep going back to her mom and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And if I was actually paying attention, I know more. Her mom is kind of like a ditz, but
yeah.
Her boyfriend got taken over by the plastic people.
Yeah, the Autons.
Yeah.
Which is a throwback to the original series.
Oh, yeah. So then the Daleks, that's timeless.
Mm-hmm.
I had a coffee mug of the schematics of the Dalek.
Yeah.
And that hit the floor at work and shattered.
Oof.
Yeah. Never been able to find it since.
Yeah. I've seen online someone went and made basically a beer stein of a Dalek that you flip the head flips up to drink out of it. So.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, we covered a lot tonight. I mean, we covered a lot.
Yep.
Oh, geez, just the movies alone with the shows.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am. I've got a bad case of CRS. And just for process, this is for you. Easy Rider, one of the best movies ever made, buddy. If I remember right, Process kind of hates on Easy Rider a little bit.
Yeah, that one they don't need to change up any either.
No, they tried to redo it with Easy Rider 2, and it was his nephew or something like that. They got the bike, fixed it up. He found the money in the teardrop tank, and he goes riding cross country to one of his friends who's having trouble, and he gives the money to his friend. So it's basically the same concept,
Hmm.
but just a different time frame.
Yeah.
He puts on the jacket and stuff and gets on the bike and away he goes. But no one gets killed.
Yeah.
you know. But Easy Rider's a good movie. For
Mhm.
its time, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Today, it's got the cult following, and it really wouldn't last today.
Hmm.
That's why they made Wild Hogs.
Yeah.
Another one, that one exposes the rubs, rural urban bikers
Hmm.
that just want to get on a bike and ride.
Yeah.
And we always say, in the Discord group I'm in, we call Jamin, we call him a rub because he's got a Harley that he ain't riding. He's got to fix it. He scratched one of the inner casings of, I think, one of the cams
Hmm.
or the pistons or something like that. He scratched the inner side,
Hmm.
and now he wants to replace the engine. And that's going to cost a couple of $1,000 just for the engine alone.
Wow.
So we keep giving him shit to go fix his bike. And we call him a rub. And I could call Process a rub too, but that just wouldn't be right. He lives in Idaho, land of the potatoes. So Process is a good guy. Frogzilla is a good guy. Everybody that's come on is a good people.
Yeah.
And Shocker, she was on earlier, and she's on a live in TikTok right now. I'm just wondering what the fuck she's saying on TikTok. Yeah. That's a whole nother mess that came out. So
Yeah.
but damn, man. One movie that was not mentioned, Bill and Ted.
Yeah. Well, your original theme was TV shows, so
That's true. And then we got in the movies.
then we got into movies. One of the things that, or some of the shows I was going to mention was like Hercules and Xena,
Oh God.
Jack of all trades,
Yeah.
Firefly.
We went this long without saying Firefly.
Well, we got sidetracked with the movies.
Right? Now, Firefly, that one had an early death.
Yeah,
Which
because
didn't-
Fox didn't know what to do with it.
Right. And they should have kept it going. And they didn't. They killed it.
Yeah.
And then they realized they fucked up and they couldn't bring it back. So then they made
Serenity.
Serenity. And I've got that.
Yeah.
I won't lend that out to anybody. So I've got, and that's one hell of a series that should never have been let go.
Yeah.
You've got the Orville,
Yeah.
which is the spoof off of Star Trek.
I wouldn't call it a spoof. I'd call it an updated reimagination of it.
Okay.
Because for a lot of us out there, the Orville is a better Star Trek series than what like Enterprise and some of the newer actual Star Trek series, branded series are.
Okay.
But when you've got, a big fan like what he is with the original, they can do that.
That he can.
And that's, when in your Doctor Who viewing, when you get into the David Tennant and Peter Capaldi episodes, you see that because they were definitive fans of the original series.
And then that gives them more chances to get away with stuff or to be more creative with their character.
Right.
I understand that. And I like, was it Seth MacFarlane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like him as captain of the Orville.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I like the whole cast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in Star Trek, you don't see anybody that comes from a planet with heavy gravity and then has to adjust to not having the gravity that she was used to,
Right.
And you have to wear a special suit just to go onto her planet, and you can only be in that suit for so long before the gravity crushes you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that alone is pretty good. You won't see that on Star Trek.
Yeah.
And you won't. I've never seen a female first mate on Star Trek. I've seen female captains, but I
Yeah, I
haven't
don't
watched a lot of the Star Trek series anyway.
Yeah, I haven't watched a whole lot of the new ones. But
But I think the whole cast for the Orville is perfect.
yeah.
And I didn't know, I should say, I didn't put two and two together until the wife said something that red-haired guy,
Mm-hmm.
one of the helmsmen, was in the show ER
Yeah.
as an intern. I hated him in ER. I really did. Snot-nosed doctor who thinks he knows it all and passes it on to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
There's another good show, ER.
Yeah.
You can't find a doctor, I should say, a medical show like that. I started watching Grey's Anatomy, and it's good for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I can now see why you watch Grey's Anatomy. I remember you watching it and, saying that you were watching Grey or making comments about it. And I'm like, I watched it and I saw them call Dempsey McDreamy, and I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, I never really got into Grey's a whole lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you did.
Nope.
Wow. First time I'm wrong today. But yeah, it's God, you just don't see the shows like we had back then.
No.
If they come out with a modern day Fat Albert, I might watch. But that's just giving Bill Cosby more money.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those where I don't think that anyone could do it proper justice nowadays because of political correctness.
Well, since it was about people of color, and it was a cartoon, they could do it.
I don't know. I think because some of the stereotypes that are in it, you wouldn't be able to get away with it now.
That's true. But what's to say they wouldn't change it?
Well, that's the thing. If you change it too much, then
it's not Fat Albert.
It's not Fat Albert. Just like with a lot of the TV shows that, a lot of the shows now with the same names of series, that they try to try to reconnect with those series from the 80s and 90s or earlier, and it doesn't work because that magic isn't there anymore, and you try to make it politically correct, and it falls.
Right. You can't. Yeah. What happened then? You can't do now.
Right.
Well, look at One Day at a Time. Back there in the 70s, it was one of the best shows,
Mm-hmm.
and they remade it,
Yeah.
and it was, for what it was actually pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
But they kept the single mom. Schneider was pretty much still the same, a handyman, but he had more things going than what the original Schneider had.
Mm-hmm.
And then the daughter was is a lesbian,
Mm-hmm.
and the son was just a plain old male,
Mm-hmm.
an interesting, smart male, but he was straight. And I kind of found the twist making the daughter a lesbian. Nothing against women or lesbians, I just kind of found that to be more making in tune with what's going on today in
Yeah.
the world today. And I felt they should have kept it to what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But if they did that, then the show wouldn't have been that interesting.
Yeah.
And they were going to talk about bringing back Blossom, her as an adult now instead of a child.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's going to happen. I haven't heard anything more on that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that they were going to do that they said no, because like you said, you can't do it now.
Mm-hmm. Well, they keep rumors keep coming up every so often as far as a new Xena, and it's like, unless you get Lucy Lawless and Renee O'Connor into it, it's not going to be Xena.
No. And you really can't. I don't know. Can they do Hercules better than what Zorbo did?
I don't think so.
I'm not saying he's a bad actor either. I mean, I love the series.
Yeah.
I love Xena. I mean, damn. 2 damn good looking women in outfits like that. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fucking watch.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to probably do another part 2 for this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just too many to name.
Yeah.
Too many to think about. I should just do one all about movies.
Mm-hmm.
Just go through my shit. My whole collection is all damn good movies.
Yeah.
I got a whole Clint Eastwood collection
Mm-hmm.
of most of what he's done. And then I got the Dirty Harry series.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get going here, Jeff.
Yep. Same here.
It's 9:00 and 4 a.m. comes pretty early.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. So, all right, and I'm gonna start ending it off here.
All right.
So, all right.
Nice seeing you, chatting with you.
All right, Jeff.
Have a
We'll
good
catch
one.
you later.
Yep.
All right. So I'd like to thank Stubbs and I'd like to thank Jeff for coming on tonight and talking TV shows and movies. And I'd like to thank everybody here in chat for your participation. See what happens when you get old? You can't pronounce your words. on TV shows and movies and quotes and all kind of stuff, you know, like inconceivable, you know, the six-fingered man, you know, I'll be back. Yeah, right. You know, so another great show, great people, great comments. I love y'all. And I'm going to end it with that and say be safe, keep the rubber side down, keep doing what you're doing because you're all beautiful people. I love y'all. Take care and have a good night, everyone.